Welcome to the Social Stack, your go-to channel for marketing tips based in technology for your real estate business. I'm Amy Stack, and today we will be talking about how to use some of the most requested command website widgets to help build out your website. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Can everybody see my website? It says, see what's out there? I see a head nod. Perfect. So I wanted to show you a couple of things before we really roll into command. Oh, I see something came in the chat already. Oh, perfect. Thank you, Jerry, for letting me know you can see. And let's see. This is a sample website, and everybody's site will look pretty similar to this. You can customize these photos and put your logos in the top. But today we're going to talk about how to add featured properties like this. And how we can get some of the pages built out in this drop-down menu. So Keller Williams has a bunch of what we call widgets that are available and ready for you to just drop right into the website. And basically, to add a page to your website, it's a two-part process. You're going to build the page, and then there's a second step to actually make it go live so that the world can see it. So you can build a page and say, I'm not ready to publish it, and just have it kind of sit in command until you say, hey, I'm ready for the world to see this now. Okay. So the ones, like I said, we're going to talk about today are these featured properties. And then we will talk about how to get a bio on your website, how to put a contact form on your website, and how to get a page that's all about download my app. This is for the consumer app, not to be confused with the command mobile that is the agent side. So this app page is for the consumer to download to be able to search properties, connect with you, tell you what they're looking for, that type of stuff. Any questions about these features that we're going to go over today before I show you how to load them in? No? All right, I'm going to keep on keeping on. I am logged into command right here. I'm in my own account. And when you log in, I'm just on the dashboard right now. On the left-hand side, we have all of our icons. We're going to go all the way to the bottom to the last one called consumer. So I'm going to tap on consumer, and everything for your app and your landing pages and your websites are all found right here. This is where we will update everything on the back end, and then we can see it all of our updates and changes on the other side once we look at the actual public-facing website. If you don't remember what your website is, there's going to be a little blue bar across the top of this page right here, and the link is right there. So you can just click that, and it will open your website, which is, this is mine. So I wanted to show you my drop-down currently. You can see I don't have anything that's like contact me, or I obviously don't. Oh, I do have listings. I forgot I put them up there. I'm so prepared, you guys. But you can see what listings are up there. I can show you how to kind of update that as well. So I just want to show you that not everything we're talking about today is in my website yet. So we're going to see how that gets updated. All right, so the first thing you need to do to create your pages, remember I said two parts. You got to create the page, then you got to make it go live. So to create it, you're going to hit that button, create a new page, top right, big blue button. And we want on my agent site today. This other one is if you're doing a standalone page, that's not what we're working on. We want it added to our agent website. So we're going to click that first one and hit create page. The first thing I like to do is go ahead and name that so I can quickly identify it in the future, which you will see where that comes in handy a little bit later. So let's call this contact me. Oops, can't type. There we go. And I'm going to put today's date because I don't know if I have another contact me page. I put 11, you guys. It's not November anymore. All right, so we're going to call that contact me 12/1. Everything on the left-hand side that we're going to see today is a preview of what you're building. All the things on the right-hand side are your editor and your editing functions. So you can see we have 8 different widgets to choose from, and one of them is simply contact form. So I'm going to click and hold and drag that over, and you can see as I drag that, that green bar is going to pop up. So once you see the green bar, you know you're in the right spot. And if you're adding more than one widget to one page, wherever that green bar is where that widget will populate. So I'm just going to release that, and everything popped right into place for me. Didn't have to build any of this. It's all pre-programmed, which is fantastic. So now that I have my contact page here, I can go ahead and come to the bottom right and hit configure widgets. This will let me edit the widget. And in this case, I only have one. If I had multiple widgets on this page, I would have a list of options to choose from right here. I'm just going to click the one I want to use, which is the contact form. And anything that I'm able to edit, I'll have fields to do so on the right-hand side here. So maybe I don't want this to say contact us right here. Maybe I want it to be third person, contact Amy. Maybe I want it to say contact me. Maybe I want it to say get in touch. Whatever you want it to say right there, you just put it in that contact us section. And you can see you have up to 50 characters. Now you can also customize the body text, put a message placeholder, and update your phone number in here. So you'll see on the right-hand side, this message placeholder, here's our message, here's the placeholder right here. So this is just kind of a prompt for what you want people to type in that little area. The contact us body text will actually show up right under contact us, or in my case, I put get in touch. So I'm just gonna put test text here so you guys can see where that pops in. And once you're happy with everything on the right, you're just gonna hit save and apply. And you guys do see how that updated at the top there? I've now configured my widget. Isn't that exciting? It sounds scary, but it's not, I promise. So then when you're all done with that, you can just hit save changes at the top right. And you have the choice now to publish it to make it go be available for the public, or you can say no and it will just put it in a draft. I do want to publish it and save that page. And it automatically took me to the next part. So that was step one where we built the page, and it's taking me to the part that we will use to make the page live. I will also show you how to get here in case you're logging directly in and not building a page first. So it's taken me to my agent site settings. And basically what's happening here is these are the pages I already have built. So if this is the first page you're building, you won't have anything listed here. And you can see that that will match on my website in this drop down right here. Does that make sense? You guys need me to go over that again? This agent site page lists everything that's already live on your website. If I want to add another page, so I created my contact page. Now I want to add it to make it public. I'm going to hit that add page button. Remember when I said you want to name that page right away? It's going to list all of your pages. And if you don't know what they're called, you don't know which one to click to make live. So this one we just created was Contact Me 12-1. So I'm going to hit that little bullet radio button and hit continue. And now it's prompting me to have me tell the system and the world what this page is all about. So I don't want the page title to say new page, because the page title is what's going to show up right here in this dropdown. So I want it to say something that the public understands what they're clicking on. So if I say contact form or contact me, whatever you want, you can put right there in the page title. The URL slug, if you guys see this dark text right underneath it, your website is always going to be like mark.kw.com, something like that. And then it's going to have a slash and then some words after it. The words after that slash, that's your slug. So you just make it something short and sweet and to the point, like contact. Mark, did you have a question?
I did. I have a bad habit of following on. Now, first of all, I love that you're recording this and it's going to be available, I'm sorry, Saturday?
Yeah, Saturday morning.
Okay, so it's entirely possible that I've answered this or you've answered this. And if so, then feel free to, let's just scoot along. But I was doing a new contact page in the background while we were learning how. And I put, get in touch with Mark instead of contact us, and filled in some other text and everything. It says save and apply, and I clicked on save and apply. And when I go to the web page now, it's my old ugly ass web page.
Oh, so that's where this part comes into play. You have to hit save and apply, and then you have to do this part that we're doing right now, and you'll hit that add page button right here. Okay, and then so fill out all of this info.
So I have to re-add it. Gotcha.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. I'm sorry. I went to
No,
public
that's okay.
school.
Good question.
I'll sit here and be quiet now. Thank you.
Mark, you're fine. Okay, so I've named it contact form. I put that little slug in there, and then you have the opportunity to put in an SEO description. If you guys are leveraging SEO and you have stuff you're already using, go ahead and put that information in there. If not, I tell everybody just put like a little description of what the page is. So I'm not a realtor, so I'm not going to put that in there, but I usually say, you know, contact real estate agent or realtor, you know, Amy Stack with Keller Williams Premier Properties, just to get a nice little description in there.
Okay.
I'm just going to put contact page for today. But that way, these words help Google find your information. And if somebody's looking for a real estate agent named Amy Stack in Glen Ellen, and I had put that in there, all those words are going to trigger to the magical algorithms of Google and help people find you faster. So I'm going to go ahead and hit save. And because I've hit save, this contact form, once it's done loading, will be live on my website. And while we're waiting for that to load, I want to point out that we have this list here that I mentioned before, and it's going to correlate with the list on your actual website. If you don't like the order of these things and you want them to show, you know, something else at the top, all you have to do is click those 6 little dots and drag and drop them to the location you want that page to be in. And if you don't want the page at all, you can hit delete right here. I'm not going to hit delete right now because I want to show you what that looks like. I'm going to tap my website. I'm going to hit refresh here. I'm going to come back to my drop down, and now you can see my contact form is populated right there. If I click on it, this is what we just built. Test text here, get in touch. And that's all it is. I'm going to go faster on the other ones because it's literally the same thing. They're just different widgets. All right, ready? We'll see how somebody should time me. Okay, so I'm going to go back to consumer because I told you I would show you how to get to that ad page without building a web page first. So when I'm in consumer, if you already have your page built and you're now ready to make it live, you didn't make it live right away, all you have to do is go to the top right and hit configure your site. Oh, excuse me, I lied. Top right, site and app settings. Click the wrong button. Site and app settings. And then we want on the far right again, agent site pages. This is the page that we were automatically brought to as soon as we built our page. So that was consumer, site and app settings, agent site pages. That's how you get to the spot to either reorder your pages, delete them, or add new ones. Okay, so I'm going to go back and I'm going to show you how to quickly add the app page and the agent bio page. It's going to be the same steps. So we're going to hit create new page on my website, create page. This time we're going to put app. That's too many P's, 12.1. My widget on the right, click, hold, drag, drop, populated right in there. Go to the bottom right, configure widget, tap on the widget you want to update on the top of the right. Here's all the things I can edit. Maybe I don't want it to say the KW app. Maybe I want to say my KW app. Or Amy's KW app. You can change the text here if you want to as well. And your URL will already be populated in there for you. Go ahead and hit save and apply. All my changes have applied on the left-hand side. I'm going to hit save changes at the top right. Going to hit yes. It's going to take me to that page again to make that live. I'm going to skip that step right now. I'm going to go back to consumer, create a new page again on my agent site. Yes, create page. And we're going to go build a bio. So again, I have a couple of options on the right here. One of them is agent profile. Go ahead, click, drag, drop, and there's my profile. This is all I have in my marketing profile. You guys can update from this section by hitting configure widget, and you can update that bio in the agent bio section right here, and you can type right into it. If you do not want this to be your bio on everything, then go to your marketing profile and update your bio in your marketing profile, and that will populate on any of your public facing materials. So if you want this page specifically to have a different bio, then your other marketing materials connected to command, you'll want to update it in the widget right here. If you want that bio to be the same across the board, go to your marketing profile and update it there first, and then it will publish everywhere. Does that make sense? That's my hot tip on this one for you. I'm going to leave this stuff as is for now, but you can, just like on the other pages, come in and edit any of these categories and then hit save and apply. Save changes. And yes, I'm ready to publish. So again, that took me right back here. Now let's pretend I built those 2 pages. I walked away. I came, you know, I was calling some leads, following up with people, right? And now I'm like, oh, I got to go make that stuff live. We're going to come right back to consumer again. Configure your, I keep hitting that wrong button. It's not configure. Consumer, site and app settings, then agent site pages. Here's my list of pages again. We'll hit add page. Again, this is why it's important to name them. I don't know if you see a trend, but the things you created most recently are showing up at the top. So that's also a way to help you quickly identify things. Go ahead and select the page I want to add in. Hit continue. I'm just going to put app 2.0 because I think I have the app on that site already. You could do something like that. Save your changes. My app's at the bottom. I'll do the same thing, add page, bio, continue, Amy bio. Oh. Bio. I'm just going to put the same thing in SEO. You can definitely build that out a little bit more. Hit save. And now you can see it's all been added to the bottom of my list there. So now when I come to my website and refresh my page, and then go to my drop down, and we can see we have my contact form, which I already opened up for you. Here's my app 2.0 link that I added in there, and my bio that I just added in there. And that's how you use the widgets. So Mark, you brought up a great point. This is going to be a great video for everybody to go, and you can kind of use it as a follow along. I went slow the first time. I went a little quicker the next few times because it's the same process, just a different widget. And the last thing I promised to show you guys was how to add featured listings. That is in a different spot. So are you ready to learn that?
Okay.
Okay. So we are going to stay in consumer. I'm going to go right back to the main consumer page here. So from consumer, we're going to go up to that site and app settings page. And just a refresher before I do that, what I'm about to show you is how on your main screen here below your search, you can get these featured properties to show up. That's what we're going over right now. Okay. So from command, go to the bottom left, hit consumer, go to the top right, hit site and app settings. You guys see this lovely little button in the middle called featured listings? We're going to click it. And you can see on my page, let me go back to my website. So I'm leaving command. I'm going to my website. I'm going to go to my homepage here. I still have 2 listings showing right here. But in my settings, in my setup in command, you can see I have a whole bunch of stuff showing here. So as the listings are no longer relevant, they're not active anymore, they will automatically fall off the consumer side of the website. You will have to manually hit the trash can when you want to fully remove them, because this little section will only hold 12 listings, and there's a little note about that right here. So let me see which ones I have on there. I have Kenilworth and Pleasant. So I'm going to leave those up there, and I'm going to delete these old ones that aren't feeding in anymore. So these were the 2 newest ones. And I want to go ahead and hit the select listings button. And then on the far right, switch it to all listings.
Okay.
And that's going to give you access to the whole company's worth of listings. And then you can type in an address. There's also a filter right here for property address. You can search by MLS number, city, zip code, whatever is easiest for you to be able to find those properties. Does anybody have an active listing right now? I don't see anything coming in the chat. Nobody's saying anything. I bet Sergio has an active listing. Active listing. I don't think I can search by agent name. Oh, thanks, Sergio. You put it in the chat. What town is that? There it is. Here he is. So here's Sergio's listing. Here's his name. I can hit select. And we'll add his in for sure. Let's just look for Lombard, Illinois. You can see what else is up there. You can see it's all listings from all brokerages. Right, let's do Downers Grove. And I don't know, I guess it doesn't really matter. We'll click a couple of these. I'm just gonna hit done. And here's the kicker, guys. You gotta hit save changes. So I'm gonna go ahead and click save changes. Featured listings were saved successfully. I'm gonna go back to my website. So now I'm back to the consumer site. I'm gonna hit refresh and you'll see all of those listings have populated here, okay? And I can scroll through. Now, I wanna point out that because we do have access to all of the MLS listings here, it is going to show the property that had listed them at the bottom of that little thumbnail to keep you compliant. However, when somebody clicks on the property, if they go to ask about that property, it's going to come to you.
Okay.
Because it's your website and we want you to get the lead. And you can see as you scroll through here, the people that look at it are going to be able to have access to the photos. It still has the courtesy of, so we're compliant at the top here, shows who's listed that property. And then you've got some of that MLS information. We've got our neighborhood information, and our neighborhoods are fed in from Nextdoor. So we are the only company that has that partnership with Nextdoor right now to be able to give details and stats on that neighborhood versus an entire zip code. That's a huge value to your clients to be able to get that granular.
Yeah.
And then you can even see what people are saying about that area, and you can see the source right here. So people that live in that area, what people say it's known for. Walkability scores, commute times, the schools, the student to teacher ratio in the schools.
Wow.
Of course, we've got our mortgage information, our insurance information, and then more homes nearby. They can favorite these, they can share them with their friends. And you can see at the top, you can actually just click on those items to get directly to them. I love this commute time one. It's connected to Google Maps. You can save up to 3, or your clients can save up to 3 locations in there, and it will tell them anytime they're looking at a property, how far that property is from the 3 locations they saved. All of this information is also on the app. So if your clients are using the app and the website, it'll be a very similar experience. Obviously, it's going to look a little different on a phone versus a computer, but the information is in both places. And that's it. Those are the 4 things I told you I was going to teach you today. Do you guys have questions? Do you want me to re-show you anything?
One question.
Yes.
Okay. Let's where we're at. We're inside the thing now. Can we scroll back to the top of this page? The very
You want the home screen?
Well, no, where it says featured. Okay, come over to your menu there, featured listings. If I don't have featured listings, I'm kind of new at this, I'm still running around, but I'll go to people and I'll say, hey, Kathy Light, thank you for putting up that listing. I have some people that might be interested. I would love to host that as an open house this weekend. Can I change featured listings to open houses?
Oh, that's a great question. So in here, but we're back in command and we're in that featured listing section. Right here, I can change that headline from featured listing to something else.
Okay.
So you can change that to say, you know, how you want to reflect it. Just remember that open house idea. You got to make sure you come back and update this later if you're not hosting an open house on there anymore.
Right.
Another great tool or a way to apply this tool is if they're not your listings, if you want to be known as an agent in a specific area, go find some listings in that area and highlight all of them in this section. Kathy's laughing. Oh, she's distracted. Somebody walked by.
I was laughing at something else. Sorry.
So that is a great idea, Mark, to be able to use that space for something else as well. And since we're all here and I mentioned that we can customize these photos in the background a little bit, on this same area where we're at featured listings, if we go to general, that's where you can update those photos. They're called hero images.
Okay.
And that's also where you can update the text on that home screen. So those are some quick little updates you can do too. You can only have 5 images in here at a time, so you'll have to delete some and re-add them if you want to swap out your photos. All right,
Very
what did you
good.
guys learn today?
That was great.
Thank you.
Amy, you spent the whole day being 1 cup of coffee away from perfection.
Oh. Well, okay, you guys, I know there's a bunch of people off screen, but I know that you're listening. So what is something you learned today? What's something you're going to implement in your business? I want to hear from you. Oh, Tim, hi. Oh, you're muted.
I have a bunch of pages that I set up, but I missed that second part, that all important second part
Ah, yes.
to get them live. So that was awesome. Thank you. That'll help me
Perfect.
out.
Yeah, my pleasure.
immediately. Yeah.
All right,
And
you guys.
Alternatively, I've got one that's live that needs a bunch of information, so I need to flip it off.
And I showed you that delete button too. So I'm just going to go and delete those 3 pages I just made. Quick and easy to update that. Well, thank you all so much for your participation. Like I said, next week we're going to do some, let me just kind of show you a sneak peek here. We're going to do some things that are not widgets. So on this website, this is something I get asked about a lot, learn about schools. And there's a way to put a school search from, you can see it's from Great Schools right here. You can get school data embedded right in your website. And we'll also talk about how to add a mortgage calculator in there too.
Oh, great.
Okay,
And
so
what
that'll be next week. That's going to be a little bit more in depth. It is going to be some custom work you'll have to do to get that live, but I'll walk you through it.
Very good.
All right, well, thank you all for joining. Quick reminder, this will be live Saturday morning at 7 a.m. if you want to follow along again, and meet back, same link, same time, same day next week to go over the advanced stuff.
Great.
I'll see
Thank
you
you so much, Amy.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Amy.